SEC has accepted Grayscale XRP and Dogecoin ETFs applications for review. So we are going to be seeing XRP and Dogecoin ETFs. The SEC is reviewing Grayscale's application for XRP and Dogecoin ETFs, and they aim to convert its trusts into ETFs, offering investors exposure to digital assets. The U.S. SEC has acknowledged proposed rule changes that would enable NYSE ARCA to list the trade shares of both Grayscale XRP Trust and Grayscale Dogecoin Trust, according to Bloomberg ETF analyst James Seyffart. Seyffart. Sorry, I'm still 5 inside. The 45-day review period will commence upon publication in the Federal Registrar. This development, especially the acknowledgement of the Grayscale XRP Trust application, was highly anticipated, given that Ripple and the SEC are still fighting over XRP's classification. While Grayscale's ETF proposals aren't a done deal just because the SEC acknowledged them, it's a positive sign that the regulator might be warming up to crypto investment products, contrasting with previous instances where the SEC was reluctant, the SEC's reluctance led to the withdrawal of similar applications, Fox Business journalist Eleanor Tarrant commented. According to Bloomberg ETF analyst James Seyffart, we'll go with that, the securities regulator has opened a 21-day public comment period for applications submitted through NYSE ARCA, after which it will decide whether to approve, disapprove, or institute proceedings. NYSE ARCA filed a 19B-4 form with the SEC last month, seeking approval to list and trade Grayscale's XRP Trust. As of January 22nd, 2025, the fund managed $16.1 million in assets. For the Grayscale Dogecoin Trust, NYSE ARCA submitted its 19B-4 form on January 31st. Shortly after Grayscale launched the trust product, both proposed ETFs would allow investors to gain exposure to their respective digital assets without direct ownership. Coinbase Custody Trust Company serves as custodian, while BNY Mellon handles administration and transfer agent responsibilities. Grayscale is expanding its ETF offerings, pursuing conversions of its trusts into ETFs, including those for XRP, Litecoin, and Solana. The asset manager is also seeking green light to launch its Cardano Trust, all three of those which the XRP, the Solana, and the Cardano were all mentioned in the strategic reserves specifically. According to CoinGecko data, Dogecoin ranks as the 8th largest digital asset by market cap, originally created as a playful alternative to Bitcoin and gaining substantial support from Elon Musk. XRP holds the position of the largest digital asset. Now, while for cryptocurrency miners in particular, obviously the script miners have been extremely hot, this only compounds that, I think, because, Dogecoin getting an ETF and being in, basically in relation to the other strategic reserve possibilities, also having its namesake for the Department of Government Efficiency run by Elon Musk. All these types of things are like good news for Doge in particular and for those that own miners for Doge. So that's something to keep in mind. Not only that, though, but the other good thing about the script miners is that they are merge miners. For those that are not in the know, that means that you don't mine just a single cryptocurrency with them. You can mine multiple cryptocurrencies, thereby de-risking a little bit as far as an ASIC manufacturer and ASIC cryptocurrency miner goes. Pretty good there. They are expensive though. Here's the downside though overall. If you're going to be looking at moving into an ETF, like I said, the problem with Dogecoin in particular, and the reason why I want to bring this up, is that Dogecoin is inflationary. Every block, and for those that are not in the know, let's go ahead and explain this. Essentially, the way a proof of work blockchain works is that a bunch of computers try to solve an equation. Whichever computer solves it first signals it to the network, and then there are things that are nodes that verify if that it was the correct solution or not at a very base level. In reward, if that block is solved by that miner, the blockchain will then send out a what's known as a block reward back to the miner along with fees. So miners get paid in two ways. One is a block reward and one is fees. The block reward is a set amount that depreciates over time in Bitcoin, but in the case of Dogecoin, it doesn't reduce over time, and it is a consistent 2,500. This means from an investment standpoint that you need to make sure that you understand that essentially there will always be more Dogecoin being created, thereby devaluing the cryptocurrency in general based off of inflation numbers. Now, of course, demand can outdrive that particular inflationary respect, but it will have more of a negative impact on, say, something like a retirement and a store of value than like Bitcoin would have, right? Where essentially the block reward is reducing over time. And so thereby reducing the amount of new tokens for that network coming into the market. And I think that that's important for a lot of people to understand. And I think it doesn't get talked about enough in general. Now, on the other side of things, for proof of stake cryptocurrency, things like XRP, where it's extremely centralized, you're basically dependent on the developers and the team to not create more of the token. In which case, of course, with XRP has not been the case in the past. And you need to be careful around those types of projects, right? We've even seen some announcements of this taking place in a few other ones. I'm trying to remember. I just forgot. I'll come back to it, but there are a few more. I hope you enjoyed this clip from the Crypto Mining Show. If you would like to see more from this particular episode, take a look up here. Don't forget to also subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support me directly, you can go to sonofatech.locals.com and become a member. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next Tuesday.